Greetings. I am Celestine Starr, and I'm here with you today to speak about vision. And I'm so grateful to be here at the Awaken the Goddess Within Summit put on by Schamet Horsfield. And so I want to thank her and her team. Thank you very much for having me here today to speak with you. Vision is one of my favorite subjects. I began as an optician, a person who filled prescriptions for doctors for people to have eyeglasses. It was a very amazing experience because it incorporated beauty, it incorporated science, working in trigonometry and getting the shape and form and proportions together so that you could see clearly, because vision is a precise science. You know, if you're a little bit off, it's not going to work properly. If your glasses don't tilt, you know, they're panoscope or tilted the wrong way, the vision just doesn't come in. So I learned very early to enjoy the making of glasses. I was a grandmother optician after my 15 years of working in eyeglasses and contact lenses, working with cataract patients and such. And I loved the science of it as well as the fashion. Loved working with doctors, and looking into the eyes is truly the window of the soul. So in acknowledging vision, I also moved into the field of neurosensory development with Dr. Downing. And Dr. Downing was one of the pioneers of light therapy. And so using precision instruments such as the Lumitron to send laser light into the eyes, as it moves through the retinas, it turns into nerve current in the brain. And in the brain, it hits four places: the back of the visual cortex, the cerebrum, the frontal, and down the stem. And as it goes down the stem, it then incorporates itself into the fullness of the body. And also you have this place within the brain, the hypothalamus, which regulates all the glands of the body and enables your body to function in a high way. So we also, with the Lumitron, could modulate the brain activity so that you had delta, theta, you know, you had the ability to be in a meditative state, or you could be in the alpha state of awakened consciousness. And so there was many uses for this instrument. And again, working with light in the eyes was very important. And I totally enjoyed those times. I continue to go deeper into the esoteric teachings. And when I awakened to Kundalini Yoga and working to understand the different chakra systems, you know, shiatsu, doing the meridians, aligning oneself, and the chakras. So when I learned about the chakras through some of the Vedic systems, and also through Egyptian systems, they have a yoga as well, Egyptian yoga, which is some of the original yoga on the planet. And it does speak into the vision, to be able to see within the inner mind, to be able to speak within the inner mind, hear. These were some of the attributes of awakened beings to remember, or to be able to have an illuminated body within the inner planes that could enact, speak, hear, and see. So what I learned from vision and just being able to see into the outer planes is that you have the day vision, which is filled with color and light. If your cones were working properly and firing as the light hits it, then you can see objects. You have this beautiful orb with crystalline lenses that have diopters. That means as for every diopter of power, it focuses the light. And so as you look farther away, the muscles are relaxed. And when you look up close and you're reading, you're actually squeezing the crystal of your eye. So there's that beautiful crystalline lens that some people have to have taken out, and they call it cataract surgery. But know that the excitement of being able to see into the environment, to see the beauty of the mountains and flowers, there's a richness that carries with you that some people take for granted. But when you start getting those prescriptions and you come in, people come in and they're a little bit in a state of apprehension or fear or anxiety. Am I going to be all right? So my work was to assure them that they would have the proper fit and alignment so that they would be able to see properly and see into their world. And what you are seeing in your world is a direct connection to your heart. And so I connected that. It was just an amazing realization to understand that what is within yourself is then projected outward in this magnificent view of your life. So take a moment and think about your life, where you're sitting right now. Look into the room and see all the things that you have collected around you. Each one of these has a story, each item, each place, each color, everything that is there speaks about who you are. And so the vision of what you are seeing can tell a lot about your life. Now, a lot of us go into the world and there was a belief of some of the older generations. You must work hard to get everything you need. I have worked for you. I have done this. I have worked for 30 years to get ahead, to do this and that. And you must get a job. You must keep it together. And so there was a lot of demand on manifesting everything that you see in your life. This is only for some people. Other people had it given to them. You know, it's like their parents had enough finance. And so the work towards getting something, having something manifest in one's life is a little bit different. And so each of us come in with our contracts and agreements, our story of what makes us who we are and how we manifest in the world. There are different levels of that in which, as we're growing into the world, sometimes we have extreme confidence and we can just, you know, I have an idea. The idea comes in a vision, right? You got the light, in cartoon form, they always put the light bulb. I have an idea, right? What does the idea look like? I think for Tesla and some of these amazing scientists, it comes as a schematic. They see it, and all they have to do is translate it, and they know that this is what this machine will do. A lot of beings during the industrial age, you know, engineers, they see lines and movement. Architects, they see lines and designs. So we have painters. They see in color and they see, you know, abstract designs. Maybe they see what it is that inspires them. Maybe they're looking at the ocean and they're painting. See, I do creative arts and I love to paint. And so I would find a location that just seemed right for me. Who knows how I found that location, but I would sit with a friend and we would paint for hours. Again, it's using the inner vision to give us an idea. So there's something connected there with a part of your consciousness that is not in the workings of the brain synapses. It is outside the workings of the brain synapses. And you can understand this. I'll give you an example. I was sharing with one of my students, one of my clients, let's just say, and they needed to go through a process in which I needed to know that they were connected with the part of their consciousness I call the primal awareness. And it is the one that observes your body movement, it observes you eating, observes you making your bed, going to your car, whatever it may be. And in order to take her through the process, we take a moment, and you can follow along with this if you like, and we have them close their eyes. And in closing your eyes, I say one word. So I'll just say the word, closing your eyes, waterfall. Now, I say the word waterfall, and you're either going to see it or feel it. Some people are kinesthetic. They feel something more than they see. And that's perfectly fine. So this particular person saw the waterfall, and perhaps you see the waterfall right now, and she could hear it and almost feel the texture of its moist, the water was actually moist against their skin in the inner planes. Now, isn't that interesting? So there's a part of the consciousness that holds these different senses of seeing, tasting, touching, smelling, and yet the vision of it is not in the visual cortex from light coming in, transferring through the opposite sides of the brain to the visual cortex or the cerebral cortex, or the frontal, right? Giving you information about what it is and if it's scary or not. But yet it's a place where you can visualize, imagine. And so for each of you, it's in a different place that you will have this vision. So what we're looking at then is, I said to this person, take me to your office where you work. Imagine yourself at the office. Boom, it was an instant. So now we have gone through time barriers of, I was speaking to her in the day, and she was seeing herself at the office at a later time in the day. It wasn't in the morning when we were working, it was more at almost dusk. So without even thinking, she said, oh, I'm at the office, it's almost dusk, I'm standing in front of it, I'm looking at the office, yeah? So she had gone through time and space from the waterfall without a thought to the office, which many of you can do. Let me just say this. Go from the waterfall to your office. Notice what time of day it is. So there you're getting in touch with a part of your consciousness that can be utilized to go through time and space. It knows no time barrier, and it has the ability to hold and translate to your brain synapses the different senses of taste, touch, feeling, smelling, seeing. So just take that in for a moment. So from that point of having open awareness, I want to give to you now the understanding of the inner vision that's connected to the whole of creation, so that you can have a personal relationship with that intelligence, that intelligent part of yourself and the intelligent part of creation that is formally bringing through and manifesting everything, including the food that you eat, to make sure, that orange that you just picked out in the grocery store, why was it just that orange? So let's take a moment and just go back to the office scene, right? And then I said, go up a little higher. Look at the landscape. Can you see the landscape? And from there, we go above the earth. We look at the earth as an orb. And for some, it's the flat earth. I feel like there's many different timelines, so there's no attachment. And then turn and look into the cosmos. What do you see? And so from there, you have a full connection to your primal awareness. And your primal awareness can come then directly into the body. And there's a feeling of awakenedness. You should feel a little expanded, a little awakened, a little more in a state of knowing. So this next level of teaching I would like to give you was given to me about 40 years ago by a very high intelligent being called Meso. Meso, keeper of the books of the Seventh Council. He was way before the time of the secret, but it was very practical, down to earth. And I have given this teaching to so many that I'd like to give it to you today. Now, we're going to look at the actual chakra that you have, the sixth chakra. And the center of the chakra goes in 4 inches to the center of the head and down to 3 inches into the brain. And that is where we have the pineal gland. And the pineal gland has been known for centuries in human history as the third eye. Scientifically, we've been told it has crystal within, so, and it's designed to refract light, so one can actually view. But the refraction of this particular gland is one that is viewing inwardly, not outwardly. And so if you want to know more about these things, you can study the Vedic texts. And if you want to get in touch with me personally, we can go deeper into these things. But for now, I just want you to focus on 4 inches in from the forehead and 3 inches down from the crown of the head to the center, in which there is this beautiful gland that looks like a pine cone. And you'll notice that this particular shape is found in all kinds of arcane art. It's a hidden symbology. And once one has mastered this gland and the usefulness of it, the world opens up. It is like a gateway. It is a gateway to the inner planes, inner parts of oneself. So we have the cones, which is taking on light, just as your skin, transposing it to nerve current, working with the synapses, keeping the energy going. Enable you to see where you're walking, though many of you walk in your home at night. You're so used to where everything is, you just walk right straight into the kitchen where the refrigerator is and open it, and there's very little light around you. So you're using the rods, which is the black and white light. So the black and white light, the rods, give you the connection. They are connected to the pineal gland. And whereas the cones are more connected, and this is just my experience and my knowledge, to the visual cortex and to the cerebral frontal lobe down the spine. So when you have black and white vision, black and white, there is a place within the pineal gland that can activate. And it's almost like the etcher where you can see, let's just do this one where it's the wine glass. You see an outline of the wine glass, but all of a sudden, you'll see the silhouette will flip and you'll see 2 people together, the silhouette of their face in profile, and each one of them make the outline of the wine glass. Love it, you know. And there's different shapes that Etchert used to do, where he would do birds, and the birds would be like, there would be blackbird in etching, and then there would be the white birds. But your eyes would move back and forth. If you look at a spatial cube, you'll see that it changes very quickly. Your eyes are looking at it, and you'll begin to see the cube, and then you'll see pyramids and squares, and these hyperspatial cubes are very effective in activating the cones in your eyes and activating the pineal gland. So the first opening I could tell you that experience for me with the third eye was when I was in my teens, and I was just meditating, and suddenly I was looking at a landscape that was moving in black and white. It's moving, and I was looking inwardly in my third eye, and I could see it, and I traveled with it, and I began to go deeper and deeper into these meditations of where I was. I had no control over what I was viewing. It would just come into sight, and it would come in as a reversed, so where a tree bark, tree trunk is dark, it might be light. It's like a negative imprint of what I'm seeing in my eyes, as to what I would normally see in this world. So you can also formulate as your imagination. You see that you could see imagination in color. So these are the things. There's places within you that you will give these realizations of visions, and so through practice and working with it, you get these abilities to get clear readings, clear understandings. When you are in a state of primal awareness, you can ask yourself, what do I need in my life right now? What do I need to understand? And just closing your eyes and ask to be given a vision of what it is. And you should receive it almost instantly. And the knowing comes through the heart. If you start thinking about it, you want to start over. Ask the question, go through the heart. What does it feel like the answer is? The answer should come rather quickly. So you have now the ability to go into the primal self with primal awareness, connecting with questions, and get visions or understandings that can be read through the heart of what you're looking at. Understand the spirit world is all about symbolism. And so when you see the beautiful images, then you read them with your heart. That's the message. That's a key I can give you. Now, I want to move onward because this is a short talk, and I want to get to the place that Meso took us in this meditation on manifestation. The book, if you're interested, I have a free gift for you. It's an ebook that has everything that I'm going to teach you right now. And it's very simple, it's not complicated, but I want to ask that if you were to receive the Golden Life Wisdom teaching, which I'm going to give you in a few minutes, you can download the book. You can go to goldenlifewisdom.com and download the book. And should you need any further assistance, I will be there. You can contact me through email, and I will be glad to work with you in furthering your understanding of how to work with your vision, your inner vision, and manifesting your life. Okay? So the first thing we want to say is to have an intent. So let's take a moment and think of something that you need in your life. We're going to say need, not want. If you want something, you're just looking at it. You don't need it. So in this exercise, we want you to do it 5 times. 5 times you want to choose something that you need in your life. A home, specific money. This is like goal setting. If you're in business, it's really setting your intent. So let's choose one thing. And now we're closing our eyes, and you want to, or not, some people don't have to close their eyes to a vision, but you can vision that it's already happened. And what that does is kind of lock you on the timeline and a timeline is an enactment of events in a kind of unfoldment, somewhat linear progression. you are a baby, then you become a young adult, and then you become an adult, and then an elder, you see. So that's kind of a linear progression. But let's say that you need a car. There's a linear progression from the time you say and you commit to that, to working and getting the information. What do you need to do for the car to appear? And so let's get the intent, envision it that it's already done. Now, understand, as Meso says, the universe loves you so much, it gives you everything you need and more. And I'm going to say that again. The universe loves you so much, it gives you everything you need and more. And if you need it deeply in the heart, deeply enough, that's the prayer, then ye shall receive that which you are seeking. So opening the heart to feel the intelligence that is around you. In order for a flower to grow, in order for a seed to blossom open, there is, if you're looking at the minute molecules and things that are moving around and creating this to happen, a child, the cells to start reproducing so that the fetus appears, the baby body. There is an intelligence behind this. And I say to people, can a rock birth itself? And why not? And so thinking of things that are inert in the sense, and then thinking things that are live, there is something going on there. And I'll leave that as the big mystery, which I love. So for you to open the self, now we've opened to our higher awareness. Where is that coming from? It's not inside your brain. It's coming from somewhere different. It has no boundaries of time and space. So we're talking about an intelligence. And even if you connect to that and you say, okay, there's an intelligence. I am bigger. My consciousness is bigger than in this body. That's a start. So feeling this intelligence has the ability to connect to the whole of the knowing. It can bring you and does bring you everything that you need and more. I've never been let down. If I let the universe know that I need this, it comes through and very clearly, and I receive much more than I could ever ask. And there's more beauty, grace, and you know without a shadow of a doubt that it was brought to you because you have that connection. You connected with the intelligence. And this is what is important. So you're understanding the esoteric and wisdom of manifesting from the inside to the outside of your life. So once you have this connection, this vision of what is complete, let's just take an example of the car. I had one of my students needed a car. First, she needed a house. She said, I need a place to stay. I don't have any money. I'm going to put a card up. She put the card up. I'm an artist. I have no money. I need a place to stay. Boom, she got 2 days later a free place to live. She says, I need a car. Okay, so she did the same process I'm guiding you through. She received the car, but it was black. It was interesting. She wanted white. She's calling me on the phone and telling me this. But as she's driving to my house, a big truck with white paint came by her black car, and a canister of white paint fell off, and her car was almost pure white by the time it got to my house. She steps out. She says, I don't want to say anything. I have received my car. All right, so let's say that you're imagining that you received the car. It's already done. Now you're going to step through the gates of faith that the universe has heard you, that knows who you are and knows your need. But there's another level, because other people's idealisms can affect your life. Someone may feel that you don't deserve the car. Somebody may feel that you never have enough money for the car. And they're always projecting on your life. And the universe looks at the needs of all those around you and yourself in order to create that which you have in your life. So the next part of the meditation that I could say is to close your eyes and feel who is to your right, an image or a knowing of perhaps it's your mother. And just check in, how does mom feel about me having that car? And you'll know instantly, she is for it. She hopes the best for your life. Maybe we go now to the left and it's dad. We don't know who it is. Could be your best friend. You never know. It could be a spirit of an ancestor who's passed, and they may be there cheering you on to get whatever you need, you see? So you have this amplification of those around you. And then you have in front of you. Who's in front of you? How do they feel about you having a car? So you go in front and you go behind, and you go above and below. And this gives you an understanding of how others can affect your life. For an example, for me, was I found myself exhausted from having so many people to do coaching with, to the point that I was in tears. And my housemate said, "Oh, I knew that you would not be able to handle, you'd have so many people that you would not be able to handle those people. There would be too many." So I was able to correct them. And this is what we say in this part of the meditation, is to get those around you in alignment, or don't tell. Just keep it quiet to yourself, or you can share with them. And one of the wonderful things about manifesting what it is you need is you can anchor it with a symbol. And so I tell people to take a piece of paper, empty your mind. What is it you need about it? I need my house to be strong, sturdy, good landlord, no karma, no trauma drama, that it's free with love, balance, and the amount of rent. What do you want to pay? Do you want to buy it? Do you need this money? All the things that go into perhaps buying a car or buying a house, or what you need in your life, how much money you need. Things happen. It's amazing because the universe and that intelligence has the ability to know how to locate the things you need and manifest them, and they do appear in the most amazing ways. So let's say that you write down, and I tell people sometimes to write in a circle, put your name in the middle, you have a circle, name in the middle, and start writing in a spiral until you get to the outer edge. And as you do, you flip it over, write another circle, and draw a symbol. What is a symbol? It is a emotional and mental anchor, so that you don't have to keep running through the digital list of what it is that you need. It's already there, it's very clear, it's precise, and you don't have to worry about it, right? When you have a symbol, it anchors all of that thought process so that you have one thing to focus on. And if someone says, "Oh, how you doing? How about that car? How's that going?" You could just say, "You know what? I have the symbol of an eagle," or perhaps the symbol of whatever, the car and what color it is. What if you just hold that symbol with me? I would appreciate it. And this way, it relieves them of their own mind chatter about what it is that you are working with. And so let's take a breath for that, and just realize that there is so much more of what I am saying to you. Let's just take a moment and breathe in deeply. Envisioning what you need, perhaps writing it down, creating a symbol, and checking those around you and how they feel. And also checking within. Here's the big one. Do you feel you deserve that car? Do you feel you deserve the money? What are the emotional binds that are blocking you? And here's when you may want to see a practitioner. You may want to work on those, polishing your mirror so that you are free to say, I deserve. Yes, I truly believe I deserve. Because once you put something in motion, I need a car. I need this specific car. This is what I need. But I don't deserve it. I don't believe I can do this. I don't believe in this meditation. What do you think the intelligence of the world, of the creation, is going to do? It's going to make a big batch of that doubt and mix it in with the confidence. And that's what you're going to get. So look around your environment and see all the things that you have and all the things you don't have that you need. And realize that from this moment, you can start a movement of transformation to clear up, to clean up, and to bring forth you now have the power to step into a life of happiness and joy. And I would be glad to help you with that. And I am here for that. And there are many practitioners who can help you to clear up anything that would cause blocks in you being able to internally manifest joy and love in your life. Okay? So we've looked at the different ways of anchoring what you're doing, and we're coming to the end of this teaching. And the end of the teaching is to understand that envisioning your life is a gift. And envisioning for the world is a gift. Wherever you can envision clarity, love, balance, harmony, spend the time to do that. It enriches the world and gives the universe that understanding that where you are standing, you are feet on the ground, that you are calling to them, to the universe, the intelligence to manifest that. And once you have put it out there, then you walk through the gates of faith that the universe loves you so much, it gives you everything you need and more. It is astounding to do it 5 times. And that's a part of the lesson, is to do this 5 times. And when you do, you will know something about yourself and your connection to your higher consciousness and the consciousness of creation. The power to manifest your life will step you into a place of you're no longer working for your life, but your life is working for you. I think it's astounding when I see people moving towards the transformation of happiness, and they really get it. They go, I get it. And I find myself having to remember to envision, to remember to keep putting it out there. This is what I need. This is what I need. And staying in the present moment. Some people say, oh, well, stay in the present moment. Yes, you can do that. You can be from the present moment. I see my life as this, I'm manifesting. I need this. And so here is the prayer. I'm going to give you the prayer, the final prayer. And that is to fold your thumbs here over your fingers and imagine that car, whatever you need, your intent. I need this. And just really go down in a deep prayer. I need this, because that is the deep prayer to creation and to yourself. Going deep allows you to understand how significant, what is the significance of what it is you're asking. Now, as a river flows, and sometimes the river is, the streams are dry, understand that the energy of the universe goes in many places. Be patient and know that it will appear. You see, if you have the negative thought, it's going to start manifesting inside of what it is you're asking. So we just want to encourage you to begin today to manifest your life purpose, to understand more of who you are. As you grow in strength by utilizing and awakening to your primal awareness, uh, you can develop confidence in your life because you begin to receive messages of knowing. And some of you are receiving messages already, and others are seeking that information. Know that sometimes the messages come in dream state, another form of vision. Isn't that interesting? Some people dream in black and white, and some people dream in color. Do you dream? Is it more like kinesthetic, where the channels for the vision are somewhat blocked? And just so you know that certain foods shut down the pineal gland and calcinate it, so that the crystalline lens that's within the pineal gland becomes calcinated. And there are ways and dietary ways that you can release that calcium and get your third eye working again. Know that the vortex that moves outward from your forehead and behind is sometimes large and sometimes small. I can feel my energy field right about here. And this is the energy of the vortex, except not my auric field. It's a little bit popped out. I can bring it in closer. I can make it wide. But when you open your field very wide, you make yourself open to all kinds of understandings. There's some people who their vortexual field of the sixth chakra is a little bit wide, causing them too much information into the mind. And so for those of you who need to understand more about that, about the physiology of the chakras, I would be more than glad to speak to you about that. Today's information I'm offering is specifically about the meditation of manifestation using visions. I am Isha, or Celestine Starr, and I'm present for you in this awakening on the planet. My purpose is to elevate consciousness and to keep the way sacred. You can find the Golden Life Wisdom meditation on manifestation at my website, goldenlifewisdom.com. 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 And just scroll down and you'll see free ebook, and that is for you as an offering from the Temple of Light, which I am the founder of, to carry this wisdom into the world. And once you have learned this wisdom, please pass it on to others. And if you need any assistance in helping you along the way, polishing your mirror or getting to know what's going on and how to do this enactment of manifesting through the way of vision, opening the field of vision. There are many types of vision. And so I give you this wisdom with the deepest love in my heart. May you receive everything you're seeking in this working, this speaking, and may your manifestations fill your life with happiness and bliss. Thank you so much. Blessings.